Привіт! З вами Влад. Сьогодні ми продовжуємо грати Hogwarts Legacy. Так. В прошлої серії ми проснулися тут.
Revelio.
Є щось. Так. Знайти гостинну. Так, ладно. Так, а ну зачекайте. Музика. Чомусь музика дуже сильно... Дуже сильно громка. Так.
Revelio.
Є щось? Немає. Добре, пішли сюди. Оп. Так. Чайком заправилися. Похавали, попили. Вообще шикарно, слухай.
Now, which way is the common room?
Так. А ось і гостинна. Так, ладно. А картини не живі. Так, а тут що в нас? Ага. Тут щось таке. Оп. Ще грошики є. Так, ладно. Давайте спустимося.
Must be different starting Hogwarts in your 5th year.
Що ти сказала? А ну йди сюди. Я тебе питаю. Алло. Я тобі ще шнобель на глаза натяну. Замок 1 уровень. Привіт. Так, ладно, пішли. Опа, а це що? Ага, це телепорти.
It's that new 5th year.
They're lucky they didn't end up as dragon food, like that poor man from the ministry.
Can't imagine starting a new school this late.
A little room, everyone. Let them through.
I hope a professor catches her this time.
Day. She gets bolder every year.
Так, а як?
I don't find potions bearable at all. And if it's double
Who
potions,
does Nelly think
I
she is
question whether
anyway?
I wouldn't just rather be a muggle.
Oh, what did I do wrong this time? I don't know what I'm doing wrong. It's not a complicated spell. I should be able to do it non-verbally. Why is this not working? Ugh! Oh, hello there. Welcome to Gryffindor. I'm Cressida.
Pleasure to meet you, Cressida.
Splendidly theatrical arrival to the sorting ceremony last evening. Made it in by the skin of your teeth. Is it true that you're Professor Fig's protege?
I'm not sure I'd say that, but I did study with him a little before we arrived.
Blast! I was hoping he might have given you some advice on non-verbal casting.
Is that what you were trying to do just there?
Oh, yes. Having a spot of trouble. I've mastered the charm using its incantation, but this is proving a bit trickier.
Don't worry, you'll get it in the end.
Oh, I hope so. If I can get it, Professor Ronan's sure to be very impressed.
Ну да.
I'm just going to keep at it.
Is it really that difficult to cast non-verbally?
Oh, yes. And if you don't get it just right, the results can be, shall we say, awkward. Once, I tried to cast Depulso non-verbally on a goblet in the Great Hall and ended up launching Professor Sharp's Yorkshire pudding into his face. He was not happy.
Do most students know how to cast non-verbally?
Not at all. Hogwarts doesn't teach non-verbal casting until the 6th year, and even then, many struggle with it. I'm simply trying to get ahead of the game.
Молодець,
Well,
яка.
good luck with it. It was nice to meet you, Cressida.
You as well. Enjoy your first day.
Ну, такий дружелюбний, да? NPC, в принципі. Так. Сундук факультета. А як...
Nelly will do anything for attention.
Неллі.
I don't want to earn born with wings, Nelly. I'm
А
sure
як?
you'd use them.
Why is everyone so highly strung? It's perfectly safe. Well, hello. Don't mind me. I find it helpful to change my point of view now and again. Put things in perspective. Once I made it to the top of Gryffindor Tower, from the outside, without a broom.
Goodness.
I'm Nellie, by the way. Nellie Ogspire. I've heard rumors about what happened to you on your way to Hogwarts. Is it true? About the dragon?
Ну він же ж казав нам нічого не розповідати всім, так?
Yes, our carriage was attacked by a dragon.
Crikey! I can't believe it. How thrilling! And also terrifying. Anyway, you've certainly brought some much-needed excitement to Gryffindor. And Hogwarts, for that matter.
Так.
I'd imagine most students have never seen a dragon. Have you?
Goodness, no. And I've never heard of one attacking a carriage like that. Not enough meat in a carriage, I'd think.
Так, ти не боїшся висоти?
I take it you're not afraid of heights.
It's something I've always done, since I was little. My mother once found me on the roof when I was 5. Still has no idea how I got there. But with all the strange hallways and rooms in the castle, and everything lurking in and outside the grounds, you don't need to scale a tower to see something incredible here.
Дякую.
What exactly are the rumors about my journey to Hogwarts?
That you escaped a dragon attack? Isn't that enough? Most of us arrive via train or boat, not having just escaped the jaws of a dragon. Of course it's got people talking. Word travels fast at Hogwarts.
Понятно.
I'm sure I'll be seeing you around, either in our common room or when you scale your next tower.
You never know. Bye for now.
Да. Яблучко.
I would really like someone to try it.
Sure
you don't want to try it?
Гаррет Уізлі.
Brewed it myself. Hello, you're the new 5th year. Pleased to meet you. I'm Gareth Weasley. Heard about your travels here. Can't believe it. Glad you and Fig are all right. Is it true that someone from the Ministry was with you in the carriage?
Oh, yes. A friend of Professor Fig's.
Oh, didn't mean to pry. Nasty business, dragons. Again, very glad you're here.
Thank you, Gareth. So am I. Are you related to Professor Weasley?
I am. She's my aunt.
Must be nice having an aunt for a professor.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? Aunt Matilda tends to treat me as if I'm a first year. Keeps too close an eye on me. It's all a bit suffocating, to be honest. Still, she means well. And she's an incredibly powerful witch. She'll have your back.
Seems you enjoy brewing. Might I assume that you've a talent for potions of all sorts?
Well, as I see it, there's little difference, fundamentally, between brewing a modification to butterbeer and a Wiggenweld potion. Though, I'm not certain Professor Sharp would make the connection. He doesn't appreciate my, creativity as much as you might think.
Are you having butterbeer for breakfast?
Oh no. I've been perfecting a recipe I came up with over the summer. I'm almost there, based on some reactions that may need a bit more work.
Так.
Well, it was nice meeting you, Gareth, and thank you for the insights on your aunt.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Good luck today.
Дякую. Так.
New Gryffindor. Professor Weasley's waiting for you outside the common room.
Я поняв тебе.
Do all of the professors have their own owls? I imagine they must send a lot of letters. Likely to the ministry.
Трішки підхавали. Так, ну що, пішли.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a fifth year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success.
Ну, дякую, дякую.
Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a fifth year.
Угу.
You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Ага. Я ж сподіваюсь, нам покажуть, як ним користуватись, так?
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
А, да.
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way.
Та тут, я тут.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
Добре.
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. Do keep up!
Дінь-дінь-дінь-дінь-дінь-дінь-дінь. Ну слухайте, мені вже подобається.
The guide appears to have some information for you about that painting of poor Barufio.
Баруфіо? Это оце,
Simply
так?
cast Revelio on it, and
Revelio.
we'll see what the guide says.
Так. Волшебник. Прославишь своим мозговым эликсиром, очень напоминает, как можно правильно... Так. F. Стоит буйвол. Добро. Прожаться здесь. Ага. Единственный способ заработать экспу. Понял. Так. Это ваш уровень волшебника. Отслеживать текущий прогресс в прохождении испытаний. Так. Первая страница руководства, вы открыли новую категорию испытаний. Ага. Так. Каждое испытание имеет несколько уровней. Ну, це зрозуміло. В общем, це руководство по виконанню деяких квестів. Добренько.
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
О! Киця.
No time to waste. You've classes to attend.
О. Сундучок, добре. Так, це телепорт.
Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use blue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
Є карта Хогвартса М. Области. Так, студенты, небольшой зал. Тынь-тынь-тынь. Та-та-та-та-та. В правой части карты находятся точки. Добре. Так. Оце? Бо я щось трішечки не зрозумів, як воно дуже складно якось. Трішечки
And here we
складно.
are.
О,
Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall.
угу.
You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall.
Угу.
Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become Aurors. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
Угу. Так. Hogsmeade.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You
Добренько.
will also,
Ну, ми
I
поняли.
imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due
пива.
course.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard and a talented teacher.
Добренько.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily,
Хорошо.
your
Давай,
professors have
все, я
agreed to
понял, я
create
понял.
additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And
Дякую.
remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Добренько. Так, професор Візлі, я поняв.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did my best, but I'm fairly certain she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look.
Так, Так, основные задания. По истории откройте. Так, ага. Уровню. В цих випадках для активації завдання вам необхідно стрімового уровня. Понятно. Можно изучить выполнение задачи профессоров или... Ага. Так, что нам надо? А куди підемо? Давайте спробуємо сюди.
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are
Це я
able to
поняв.
master
А
within
зачекай,
these walls.
подожди, Фік, підожди. Так в нас же є паличка. Добро пожаловать в Хогвартс. Добре. Так, підожди, в нас же ж то є паличка? Ага, ні. Підож... Опа! Тихо, не підлагуй. А як її спіймати? Алло, книжка страничка літає.
Revelio.
Иди сюда. Эй, сука. Ага. Зачинено. Стоять. Стой. А як? Ну, сука. Не получається. Ну ладно. Так, як нам краще добратись? Вам доступне побочне задання. Ага. Надо нам от сюди попасти. За допомогою, напевно, летючого пороху.
This cannot possibly be as difficult as it seems.
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But
Так,
it's
це
this
пуфенди.
painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
Угу.
Have you gained any insights about the painting since you've been studying it?
I did discover that casting Lumos has an effect of some kind. But I'm not sure what to do next.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have.
Та йолки-палки. Так, а ну.
Do come and find me if you stumble on something illuminating.
That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
Там он якийсь жук сидить. Ага, це тут. Це тут десь. Бо там я бачив значок отой.
Revelio.
Ревеліо. Не допомагає, добре. Так, нас чекають уроки.
Oh, my mother makes me
Алло, нам треба бігти. Пішли. Так, летючий порох.
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
Ти чого? Так, сюди, напевно. Ага, нас зачинено. А якщо то була підсказка?
This looks like the location from the painting. What could be so special about it?
Так. Реголі. Так, та-та-та-та-та. Продовжить.
Revelio.
Так. А як?
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
There was something else too. A dash of powder.
Так.
Explain, I think.
А тепер що?
Lumos.
Зачекай, так. Тут щось є, так?
Revelio.
На картинки, ну.
Revelio.
А як його спіймати?
Lumos.
Let's get you back to your frame, little more.
А, отак от.
My mother sends us down.
I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I
Так.
solved the puzzle of that empty frame.
Страниця руководства. Добренько. Так, наверх. Так, це ця подруга.
Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out.
Ну що то мені кажеться, що вона не дуже
I
сильно.
should have seen that.
Не дуже сильно рада тому. Що в мене.
Revelio.
щось получилося. Так. Мені треба якось потрапити отуди.
I dropped one of the crystal balls.
Треба якось вийти. Ага, отак от. Ага. Оп, щось бачив. Пусти мене. Підожди.
Revelio.
Оп. Віді віверни. Дота. Так. Виверны. Место отдыха и собрание студентов. Так. Та-та-та-та-та. Понятно. Так, хорошо.
What are you up to now?
Трансфигурации. Так. Так, нас чекають уроки. Побігли. Запізнюватись не треба. Ще глаза дивляться на мене.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces on your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Так, вивчаємо. Levioso.
Levioso.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Now, let's try something a little larger.
Так.
Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent is a weak opponent, as Master Pruitt so artfully helped me demonstrate earlier.
Levioso.
Good. Now, the basic cast. Well done.
Я понял.
Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Так.
This should be easy. complicates things.
А!
What are you doing up there?
I know.
Ну давай.
This must be your first course.
Only all of my students were this adept.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
Да. А наша
I
улыбається.
put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for
Це
you.
цей пацик, да?
Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments.
Ага. Добренько.
All right, that's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
Так, я поняв.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Oh, I'm not much for dueling. I prefer to keep things friendly.
О, дружище, ти так далеко не виїдеш. Я тобі це кажу.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice. It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way, didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're interested.
Добре.
Till next time.
Побачимося. Так. Темних іскусств. Добре.
You drilled Sebastian. He's strong competition. Well done.
Дякую. Себастьян уже по педалям дав. Так, професор нічого не хоче казати. Так, мені потрібно тепер на наступний урок. Побігли тоді? Так, а десь тут...
Revelio.
Ревеліо. А де? Чи то, мабуть, знизу?
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Хорошо. Так, він... Зверху, так? А, мені карта показує, що треба вниз. Добре. Пішли вниз. А тут щось є ще інтересне? Ну, слухайте, Хогвартс зовсім не схожий на...
Revelio.
На той Хогвартс, який ми бачили по фільмам. Зовсім не схожий, ми цього навіть не бачили. Можливо, воно так і було, але я не знаю. Так. Ще один телепорт, да? Де він? А, він зверху. Добре. Це в нас привиди. Добре. Так. Тик-тик-тик. Це зверху ще, так? Ого, а чого ти підлагуєш? Ти перестань. Ось.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide.
You made your point! I'm sorry, I'm sorry!
Так, наверх. А, з другої сторони. Добре. Так. Тут є. І тепер, я так поняв. Ага, це... Поняв. Ага. Це... Є щось. Так, сундучок. Добре. Зачекай. Ще наверх треба. Ну, побігли. Опа.
We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Some of us don't necessarily want him to get back to the lesson.
Так.
Here. Behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Це Гриффіндор.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to year 5 of charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? Hmm? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Ой. Так. Акціо.
Accio.
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
Професор який-то прикольний. Чого в мене в таких, коли я вчився, не було таких вчителів? Одне заклинання вивчили, все, пошли гулять. Було б прикольно. Так, давай, прогружайся. Ну, слухайте, вже 2 здібності відкрили.
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
Так,
Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last put. Excellent. Not to worry. Very good.
ага, так.
That's it. Don't lose your
Сильно.
composure. Very good. Points to Gryffindor. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up.
Ну, слухайте, отак от...
You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Давай. Ну, давай поміняємося, давай, ладно.
Be sharp. Phew.
50, хорошо. Так. Десь треба відпускати на жовтій, так? Ага.
Splendid!
Here we go.
Ну, я поняв.
That is how it's done.
Докатись. Отлично.
Brilliant. Let us see this. There we go. Here.
Отак от.
A perfect score. Remarkable.
Нічия.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
І що ти вже придумав? А ну. А,
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
ну давай.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Be sharp.
Так. Давай. Отак от. Поняла? Угу.
Excellent control there.
Як там казав тобі, винімай.
Watch this.
А все, я виграв. Все, все, я тобі кажу. Ти що?
Well done.
Отак от.
Let us see this.
Так, ні, надо,
That is how it's done.
щоб не збити її.
Here.
Stay focused.
А! Естественно.
Very good, both of you. Well done.
Well done. Ну, слухайте, отак от проводить заняття, це саме найкраще, коли ти з дітьми проводиш їх у формі гри. Діти тоді краще засвоюють матеріал. Це, до речі, от, ну, я навіть дорослий, але мені до вподоби
Class is
таке.
dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me. It always felt like home.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Да, давай.
Of course, you
A
can
word,
use
if you would.
humans.
You wanted to
you're so
speak with me,
inclined.
Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation.
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
А де камера? Щось не поняв. А чому камера не працює? Не поняв. О. Тепер працює. Блін. Так. Тепер що в нас? Йдемо. Нам потрібно тепер сюди потрапити. Так? Ну, побігли.
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
Hello. You wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. You're the student everyone's been whispering about. Hope your first day's going well. You certainly seem to hold your own in charms.
I've been fortunate. Beginner's luck.
My brother William would tell you not to be so humble and to trust your abilities. Then again, he tends to be overconfident in his. Well, better see to my charms homework. I'm afraid I can't count on beginner's luck to impress Professor Ronan.
Угу. Я поняв. Так. Так, ідемо далі. А куди нам... так, з професором Візлі. Так, це з нашою... нашим заучем. Тра-та-та, тра-та-та. Ну слухайте, Хогвартс великий. Великий. Так. Там десь літали сторінки книг. Тепер же їх можемо ловити. Правильно, я так розумію? Так. О, знайомий этот, місцина.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Mm-hmm.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Так.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me
Навіть
with a
тут
wand.
упом'янули Олівандера. Це дуже класно.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell me more about the potion shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
Дякую.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Ну, я навіть не знаю, кого брати з собою. Пацика, напевно. Ну, давайте.
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Угу. Так, поняв. Так, а ну, зачекайте. Так, книжечка. Уровень 3. Коллекция, инвентарь, снаряжение, карта. Задание. Ронана. Зачекай. Так. Так, це ще не зовсім виповнено. Так. Добре. Страниці руководства. Угу. Поняв. Так. Це що? Рівень 3. Колекції. Ну, це те, що ми бачили. Добре. Інвентар. Тварини. Це. Так, ну тут нічого немає, в принципі, поки що. Предмети для рук. Ні, не хочу. Перчатки. Головні убори. Кепка не підійде. Так, ну це плащі поки так. Ну, я так зрозумів, поки що нема нічого в нас такого. Ми тільки починаємо. Все першу задачу. Так. Добре. Пока. А це случаєм не кабінет МакГонгол? Ні? Вау. А де ми? Ага.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Ну, подруга, ти активіруєш? Напевно, ні? Ну, таке. Так, добре. Ідемо. Ну, слухайте, мені вже подобається. Так, професор.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor?
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Why must I first complete tasks to learn Reparo?
No lesson or lecture can compare to first-hand experience, and these tasks should provide you with just that. Such experience is invaluable when mastering any new bit of magic.
Ну, це понятно.
I'll start on the task right away, Professor.
Так. Так, в мене хоч камера записує? Записує, все, добре. Так.
This is the right area. I wonder where the flying page is.
Так.
Got it.
Єсть.
Revelio.
Так. Добренько. Музяка класна.
A flying page must be around here somewhere.
Так. Єсть. Так, біжимо.
I trust the preliminary tasks weren't
I completed the assignments, Professor.
marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic.
Ну, полетіли. Угу.
That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the
Да,
water.
конечно, хочу.
It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Угу.
Revelio.
Є щось? Ні, нема. Добре. Так. Щось непонятне. Так, добренько, куди мені тепер треба? Не відслежуйте. Добре. Так, ідемо сюди. Полетіли. Так, іди сюди. Так. Листочок ми ухватили. А що це? Ага. Русалки плавають. Так. Зачекай, тут сундучок є. А, він зверху. Поняв. Поняв. Пам-парам-пам-пам. Мені не терпиться получити нову паличку.
Studying hard?
Revelio.
Є щось? Літа? Ні? Нема. Погано.
I performed a new reversal on a set.
Так, ось він наш.
Well,
Другальок.
fancy meeting you here.
Hello, Sebastian.
Ah, my new charge. I'm told you're in dire need of supplies, and I'm to accompany you into Hogsmeade for them. Is this your first foray into the village?
It is. I haven't left the castle since I arrived.
Well, I shall endeavour to be the very best of guides, then. Hogsmeade's a charming little place. Self-contained, too. We should be able to find you everything that you need. Shall we?
Інтересно. Па-пара-па-па. Ну, слухайте, мені вже подобається. Сподіваюсь, вам також. Ну, трішечки не таке. Не було такого в Гаррі Поттері.
I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to join you today.
As am I. Thank
Так.
you, by the way.
Підожди. Другальочок, підожди. Так, мені потрібно... Карта, спорядження, колекції, спитання. А як зберегти гру?
Of course. You're the only one who's ever bested me in a duel. The way I see it, I'd be wise to keep an eye on you.
Давайте тоді з вами на цьому і закінчимо. Ну, слухайте, ми вже вивчили Раз, два, три заклинання. Це навіть непогано. Давайте так от станемо. От, напроти. От так. Все. Дякую за перегляд. Не забудьте поставити дзвіночок, лайк, підписку. Це для мене буде найкраща мотивація для продовження таких відео. Всі посилання в описі, друзі. Переходьте, ознайомлюйтесь, я буду радий. Радий кожному. Все. З вами був Влад. На все добре. Пока.